This particular question amuses the consciousness. Can I experience enlightenment and still keep the story about me, the person that I am? What would want enlightenment, which is another chapter on to the story that appears to still exist because of the want to hang on to the story? And if the story is needed to be kept, what is the purpose of enlightenment or any other state? Because if you're happy with the story, then there's nothing wrong with living out this life as a story, as an ego, as a mind. There's no perfect particular overall way. There's only your way. You have the choice. You have a mind that gives you choices. I want to choose enlightenment, but I want to keep the story. I'm kind of unsure. I'm not greedy. I'm just a bit unsure. If enlightenment doesn't work for me, at least I can hold on to the story. And if enlightenment does work for me, I can add it on to the story. And therefore, when I meet God, I'll have a great, great book, a wonderful book to show God. Yes, it's me, the person, the name. I have a certificate, the CV. I have many aspirations that I achieved and successes and did so many things. But I was also enlightened and I met you, remember? Can you remember? Who is dictating this meeting, this day of judgment? The problem is, it's the same with every ego mind, and no one is exempt from ego mind at some point in their entirety. I'm not happy with what is taking place completely. There are specific things in my life that have went okay. When I measure them against the Bible, against the teachers that at school, against my parents, on their recognition, I think I appear to have done okay in these parts. But there are certain things I like to remove so that God doesn't see them. I want to spruce it up. So when I go with this personal statement to God, well, He'll say, "You're perfect. What a perfect being." We want to change aspects of the story. That is the ego's way of trying to get out of the situation, pacify the situation, veil the situation, avoid the situation, mask the situation. But before we even go further into this inquiry, who wants enlightenment? And who wants to keep the story? Who wants to change the story, manipulate the story, twist the story, improve the story? What's wrong with just, God damn this spirituality, religion? I want to just go on with the story. We're all suffering. We're all going to get illness, and we're all going to die. That's the ego mind. That's it. Absolutely replicating what is going to take place for it. But you're not the story. You're not the one that is seeking enlightenment. And you're not that one that will end when this ego mind is waved bye-bye to. There's nothing wrong with the story. What's wrong is that what wants to enhance the story. keep the story, change the story, twist the story, improve the story. That what wants to create a perfect story, a wonderful autobiography of me, the person. Do you think consciousness, God/God, whatever it is interested in the story? Do you think this truth is going to take everyone's story and mark it out of 10 like that marker at the standard grade results? 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Yeah, so which one is the best? That one. So that one can sit with God, the rest they can go to hell. You think God in consciousness is interested in division and separation and superiority? What are you measuring? You're measuring, ego is measuring itself as part of the story. Consciousness is immeasurable. It doesn't want you to measure it. It knows you're incapable. The ego mind cannot measure that what is universal, beyond life, appearing as life. How can we measure our meeting with God? It's not going to be like that meeting with the employer or the teacher to get you into university. It's not going to be a one-to-one basis thing. It's going to be a one-on-one. I gave you, Mr. Person, I gave you an order. I didn't ask for much. I wanted you to ride the bike. That was your purpose as this human form. I wanted you every day to get a bicycle out of your shed at 8 o'clock in the morning. I gave you enough ways and methods to make money to buy this bicycle that you purchased. I gave it to you. You bought the bike. All you had to do was cycle this bike between 8 and 4 o'clock every day, Monday to Friday. You could choose the color of the bike, the size of the wheels. You could choose the gears. You could choose what speed you travel at. You don't have to go in a particular direction. You're not aiming to finish at a particular point. You're not expected to drive constantly, to ride it constantly. You can freewheel. You can go up hills. You can go down hills. You're free as long as you stay on the bike between 8 and 4 p.m. That was your purpose. And any time outside of that, you are free to do whatever you want, to create stories, to create identities, relationships, to smoke tobacco, drink alcohol, take drugs, have sex, do what you like. That was the deal. Is that too much to ask for? And what happened? You did it. You did it well. And then one day I saw you. I sent my watchers out to watch you. And one day you saw at the side of the road this guy selling bike stickers. And you stopped one day and you didn't get off your bike. You didn't break the deal. And you stopped and you purchased one of these stickers and you paid for it. And I said, okay, I can accept that. I can accept that add-on app. And every day from that day on, you stopped and you bought another sticker. But you never got off the bike. You stayed between 8 and 4. And I said, well, you know what? The bike was full of stickers. And I said, well, so what? It's not affecting the purpose of being here. It's not affecting your role. I didn't say you couldn't stop. I didn't say you couldn't get off the... I didn't say you couldn't slow down. I didn't say you had to go at a particular speed. I said you just get on the bike between 8 and 4 and you cycle. And I'm quite willing to accept that sticker's a story. I'm quite willing to accept a kind of enjoyment task. Even though you had free time between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock the next morning for 7 days a week. And then 5 days a week and Saturday and Sunday, you had the whole day. You didn't have to get on your bike. And everything was good. So I kind of compensated these stickers. This added on app, this story. But then what happened? You one day got off the bike and you decided to buy out the shopman and take ownership of the shop and sell stickers to people on the way. And you left your bike in the shed one morning and it got rusty and everything was abandoned, and you changed your life to be this shop seller and make money and become the sticker guy. And when you realized that your story was detached and broken, and that you had broken the deal, and you tried to resolve this and get back on the bike, and it didn't work, and you asked for help. And I sent my consciousness down, and consciousness took away the story. But you wanted to keep part of the story. You wanted to keep the selling the sticker part. Between 8 and 4. You said, I'm quite happy to get on the bike. I can go on the bike between 8 and 12, have a break for 2 hours and go on 2 to 4. I said, who the hell is this guy? How much time do you want? How much spare time do you want? What do you want? More. Consciousness, in your seeking for enlightenment, will not arrive and give you that you think you are. The choice, it just takes away the story. You beg for the story to be taken away. You beg, I surrender, I give up, I cannot fit in, I cannot cope, I am depressed, I am anxious, I don't know who I am, I don't know what the hell's going on, I have nothing to say about this world other than I just want out. And what is taken out is the story. And most are so grateful for this. Because when your consciousness leaves you and that free-wheeling bike, you realize as you travel downhill all the way, I haven't got no time for stickers. I have no time. I am so focused on my second chance to prove to God that I am quite willing and happy to stay on this bike. I'm quite willing and happy to be here. And I'm so grateful that when I'm not on this bike, I can do as I please. I don't even want to sell stickers in that free time. I'm so focused on the journey, the path. I'm so focused on that I that has no story, that is not attached to the story. And you know what? This speaker made a video, what is the secret to enlightenment, 4 years ago. The story goes on. It travels alongside you. You cannot detach from the story. But it's weak. It's just an image, an illusion. But you can hang on to it every now and then, and you can say hello and negotiate and have a cup of coffee and buy a sticker or two. The story is your life, your wife, your partner, your husband, your children. The story is the simple things that are given freely. It was just a chore that you had to get on this bike and do what you're told, and not feel as though I want the whole world to myself. That is what takes place. We are evenly balanced out. We have so much time for God, so much time for sleeping, so much time for working, so much time for pleasure. But we only want specific things. But I don't want God. I don't want family. I don't want seeking. I just want pleasure. I want 24 hours a day of pleasure. And that's when consciousness comes in. You're not called. You don't have a choice in this, in awakening enlightenment. You don't have a choice whether you're going to keep your story or not keep your story. That is liberation, to realize that there is something superior, more intelligent, more wise, and knows exactly what you need to be content in this life. A little you with a little story. What a big you. Present, aware, and absolutely here as the light that God sent you down as. Don't make bargains, don't negotiate. Just put your hand up when it comes to the crunch. Consciousness is waiting. This one needs to get rid of this story. He wants to negotiate. I'm not listening. I'll pretend. Okay, you can keep some of the story. I want you to go and question I. And then, boom.